Hello, how's it going? Welcome back to F1 Manager 2024 and part 2 of our Ferrari career mode. Today we are back with the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Last time out we had an exciting race with Charles Leclerc and Carlos Sainz. Sainz obviously going for the one-stop strategy. Didn't quite pay off in the end, but we were, a little bit different to the AI. We weren't quite as aggressive on our tyres as them, and I think it paid off, and fingers crossed we can use what we learned in episode 1 to progress today. Thank you very much for the support on episode 1. It would be fantastic if we could hit 100 likes on part 2. Thank you very much for your support with the Lotus stuff as well. I'm really enjoying that career mode, so do please check that out. It is going to be a long journey all the way from the bottom, trying to make it to the top with Lotus, but with Ferrari, hopefully we will be able to at least finish second this season. That's going to be the main aim this year, and then into next year we'll hopefully be able to get Lewis Hamilton his 8th world title. That is the plan. Looking at the Bahrain feature race, you can see Pepe Marti winning that race ahead of Antonelli and Dennis Hauger. Monthly affiliates report, you can see there Oliver Behrman progressing nicely. Antonio Giovinazzi already a decent rated. Then we've got Robert Schwartzman there progressing nicely, and Dino Beganovic looking good. In terms of our drivers, they are progressing okay. Let's have a little look then at what we can do in terms of bettering them. So long run pace is looking like what we might need to focus on, or maybe wet track. Yeah, let's go for wet track for Charles Leclerc. For Carlos Sainz, it's probably going to be his long run pace. Again, it might be wet track. Yeah, let's go for wet track. In terms of Xavi, let's see what he needs to work on. Probably his driver comms, and then Ricardo Adami. Let's see what he can get. Yeah, responsiveness for him. For our Enrico Cardile, what does he need to work on? Chassis and side pods. So yeah, body work. Diego Tondi. What does he need to work on? Probably his cooling, drag reduction, and low speed downforce. So I'm thinking probably aero principles. Let's go for that one. And then Diego Ioverno. What does he need to work on? Wow, he is almost perfect in every single way. Just his drill planning could be improved. How is he not 99 rated? How is that not a thing? Right, let's have a little look at some drivers. We want to have a look at the affiliates, in case this does go at multiple seasons. So let's have a look at F2. So yeah, if we hang on, is that, no, it's not filtered there. So apply and return. There we go. So Zane Maloney already part of Kick Sauber. He's not interested in us though. Dennis Hauger, definitely somebody to try and keep an eye on. Got 3 scouts available. Victor Martins is part of Alpine. What about Paul Aaron? He doesn't seem to have an affiliate scheme. Enzo Fittipaldi, I mean, he's getting quite old now. We don't really want anybody that old. Obviously, Kimi Antonelli, only 17. Zach O'Sullivan with Williams there. Bortoletto with McLaren. Yeah. What about Taylor Bernard? He's doing quite well in F2 this year, isn't he? So let's get him scouted as well. Okay, cool. Right. How are we doing facilities-wise? Everything looks pretty good at the moment. We've got 13 million to spend. Why don't we upgrade our... Ooh, oh, that's going to cost us a lot of money, actually. I think I'm trying to keep people happy. Right, let's get the weather sorted out. Oh, whoa. Yeah, a lot of these are quite expensive upgrades, and we just simply don't have the disposable income right now. Right, how are the designs coming along? Yeah, they're looking fine. Okay. Right, let's push on then. Pit crew development. Yeah, probably want to work on pit stop time. And focus on tyres. We'll give them a little bit of downtime. Certain bits, just to try and manage their workload. We don't want them getting too tired. That looks good. That looks very good. Right, let's confirm the changes there then. And let's push forward to the race weekend. New ATR period has begun. Still waiting on our previous designs to come through. Okay, right. Let's get ourselves going then into the race weekend. With Charles Leclerc, we will try and finish 4th or higher. And with Sainz, we will try and finish 6th or higher. That looks good to me. Let's get ourselves into the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix.
We're here in Jeddah, where the tension is boiling as we head into the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. We're on the shores of the Red Sea in the shade of Jeddah's skyscrapers. This might be a dream setting, but as we know, in Formula One, not all dreams come true.
Red Bull have outscored their rivals to be at the top of the constructors' table right now. And as the final round begins, what a season it's been.
Stay with us then for what should be an exciting weekend.
Okay, right. Yeah, obviously no rain here in the desert, but should be in a good place for qualifying. So I'll see you guys when we get there.
Let's hope the teams took full advantage of practice. It's time for qualifying.
Jeddah's high-speed street circuit is rather prone to yellow and red flags during qualifying, as drivers and walls often meet. Strategists will be looking for the perfect gap, but need to make sure drivers get their lap in.
Karun, if we could perhaps talk about Lewis for a moment. How do you think he's feeling?
Looking at the lap times, we saw a real lack of pace from them in practice. They never looked quite comfortable with the setup, and they'll need to try something new for qualifying if they want to get past Q1.
So here we are, ready to resume.
Okay, right, here we go then. We are ready to rock and roll. Charles Leclerc ready for qualifying, 92% on the driver satisfaction. You can see there, you know, we probably could have done a little bit better, but it is what it is. One thing I have noticed is that if you simulate practice sessions like I did with P1 and P2, you're going to end up with some really terrible setups. So you need to do at least one of them this year, is my advice anyway. But let's head out into the session then. We're going to send out Carlos Sainz first, and then Charles Leclerc, and hopefully we can get a little bit of a distant tour for Charles Leclerc. Let's see what we do. Obviously, we should be getting through Q1 reasonably comfortably anyway. So push through this first lap. I'd quite like to keep a set of soft tyres for tomorrow, if that's possible. So really hope that traffic doesn't impact that goal. Yeah, managed to get past the Haas quite nicely there. Sainz currently the quicker of the two, and that's what's going to happen this year. You know, it's going to be nip and tuck. between them. 27.5 in the middle sector, 27.6 for Charles Leclerc. So it is very much going to be Carlos Sainz, I think, that manages to put the fastest time in so far. He comes over the line. It's going to be in the 27s to 127.2, and for Leclerc, he goes over the line, and it's a 127.3. Okay, right. Very good. Right, let's keep pushing.
On the dash. Stay negative.
And well, let's see what we can muster up here. I think that's all good. We'll just have them fueled up in case we need to, but I think we should be more than comfortably through to Q2. Good sign that we're pretty much on the pace of the McLarens. Obviously, we've still got Norris to come through, but you know, something good so far. Perez slower than us right now. Norris goes quickest, about 1/10 of a second quicker, but I think we'll take that. Max Verstappen blows everybody out of the water, so we're about half a second off Red Bull's true pace. We'll see if Perez can get up there with his second run. Is he going to do a second run? I think Verstappen has. Weirdly, Perez hasn't. Yeah, it is bizarre still, the AIs that decide to do a second run, but there you go, comfortably through to Q2, 4th and 5th at the moment there. Who goes, well, it didn't work out who went out in Q1, but never mind. I think it was Hulkenberg, the 2 Saubers, and 2 Alpines, I believe. Let's get into Q2 then. And yeah, this time we're going to give Charles Leclerc some clear track. We'll send Sainz out on his completely solo strategy this time. And see if we can do any better. There goes Charles Leclerc through the first sector. 32.6 for him. I think that's still a 10th shy of what Sainz was managing in Q1. Comes through that middle sector now. What's it going to be through that middle sector? Let's keep an eye. 27.5. And there you go. Yeah. Sainz a little bit quicker again through that first sector. Here we go then with Charles Leclerc. He heads up to the line. It's going to be in the 27s again, this time at 27.4, a little bit slower than what he managed
And stay negative.
in his first lap. And, well, yeah, Sainz looking like he's a quicker Ferrari right now. He's coming round, seems to be at one with the car. Seems to be more confident out there. Coming around the final corner, it's Carlos Sainz. He's coming up to the line now. What can he do? 27.2. Wow, 2/10 quicker than his teammate in the end there. That's very impressive. And, well, Leclerc might have to come out and give it another go. We'll do that on scrub tyres. I think Sainz is going to be absolutely fine. 3/10 slower than Sergio Perez, but quicker than Norris at this stage. So I think we're fine. I do think we're fine. Let's send Leclerc out for another run on those used soft tyres. Let's see what he can pull off here. Can he go any quicker? He's quicker in Sector 1. No quicker in Sector 2. Comes over the line. It is a quicker lap.
P4 for the moment.
And it puts him on par pretty much with Carlos Sainz, but 3rd and 4th in Q2. Now Q3 is where the real challenge will begin. Russell through, Hamilton out. Hamilton out in Q2. He was out, I believe, in Q2 in Bahrain as well. So yes, he is out in 15th place. Both Williams cars join him. Kevin Magnussen and Daniel Ricciardo, the other 2 drivers. Everybody else through into the top 10 then, and we have got that luxury of having a brand new set of tyres for tomorrow's race. Okay, let's stick with that then. That certainly seems like being in charge of your own destiny is the best way to go. We'll send Leclerc out straight away. Let him get out of the pit lane and then send out Carlos Sainz. Now the interesting thing is Leclerc obviously did a better lap on his scrub tyres. Let's watch Charles Leclerc then on his pole position run. He's got a little bit of traffic out there to negotiate. Now, how's his sector 1 time? 32.4. That is the quickest that we've seen so far. What about Sainz? He comes through 32.5. So it looks like Leclerc is bringing the big guns for Q3. Comes through the middle sector to 27.4. Again, that is quicker than we have seen so far. Sainz does a 27.4 as well, but it's going to be Charles Leclerc who comes up to the line first. Can he get into the 26s? He's over the line. It is a 26.9. That's a decent benchmark. I don't think it'll be quite enough for pole position. But here comes Carlos Sainz. Can he take it to his teammate? He heads up to the line now. It's in the 27s and wow, 28.5. He must have had a bit of an incident in the third sector there. Right, so as soon as Sainz returns, he will be going out on those used tyres. He should have time to
and stop on the mark.
to give it another go. I think it's going to be quite tight, but let's see, 32.6. So he's a couple of tenths down actually on that in that first sector. I'll look through the middle sector. What's he going to manage? It's coming over now, 27.5. So yeah. I think it's worth coming in and putting on a new set of tyres because he wouldn't manage it otherwise. Alright, Leclerc going back out there. And Sainz might struggle here to get back out. Yeah, might have to take manual control here of Sainz. Oh, I didn't mean to call him in. Right. Where's Leclerc? Leclerc's going to be fine, actually, I think. He's got a minute to get round. I think that should be fine.
Try to warm up the tires. Can use K1. Yeah, copy.
So here we go then.
Work on your tires.
And charge button off for last corner. Charge button off.
Let's see if Charles Leclerc can improve. He is going to make it to the line. And now here goes Carlos Sainz joining him. Tyres look pretty good. And there you go, he set a personal best final sector there. Let's keep an eye on their times. Leclerc currently second. He's very, very close. If he improves, Leclerc could get pole position here. Let's have a look. It's a 33.3. That's very slow for Leclerc. I think 32... Yeah, 32.5. So Leclerc is not going to do it. Gets out of the way of his teammate nicely. Sainz, 32.5. What's he going to manage through the middle sector? 27.5. That's about what he managed previously. So here he comes now. His tyres a little bit too hot. So I'm going to just say attack rather than... or aggressive rather than attack. But here he comes then, up to the line. Carlos Sainz. Where's he going to finish in all of this?
Can you speed it up a bit?
Where does he go? He goes 5th. Okay, but Charles Leclerc, 2nd. We'll certainly take that. That was a very good first lap from him. Don't know why he wasn't so good in the final run there. Maybe a little bit distracted by his teammate behind. But it's Max Verstappen who once again takes pole position. Sergio Perez there in 3rd. Oscar Piastri 4th. And Carlos Sainz in 5th place. Let's get into the race.
The drivers are getting ready here at the Jeddah Corniche circuit, preparing for 50 flat-out laps under the lights.
Jeddah street circuit certainly makes the high speeds of F1 racing a thrilling affair. But even a world champion can be caught out in between the narrow walls, just as Max Verstappen found out in 2021.
The Jeddah street circuit has one of the fastest average speeds, as well as the most corners of any track on the calendar. Good high-speed downforce is going to make life in the fast lane a little easier for drivers here this weekend. It's race day with the teams and drivers ready and raring to go.
Okay then, let's see how we get on in the race. We certainly found out that Carlos Sainz being a little bit gentler on the tyres was probably the way to go in the first race. So yeah, I mean, I think we need to switch this around. I think we need to be on softs and then mediums. I mean, that's looking pretty good, to be honest with you. And yeah, that does give Sainz a little bit of license to push on those hard tires. So we're gonna do that with Sainz. Yeah. I think we want to reduce the amount of fuel in the car because what we found was we were overheating massively. We should be able to get that lap back. But we know the AI are going to be aggressive on their tyres early on, so it's going to be playing the long game today and just trying to stay with the action. But let's get into it then. This is the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Here we go.
Welcome back, everyone. The final preparations are now being made as we head into the race. I suspect that we'll all be closely following Charles Leclerc in this one.
A second place start for them today. They'll be aiming for a podium, but could they even sneak the win?
Right, let's get to it then.
This is it then. We're ready for the
It's
lights.
almost time for the Saudi
Can Charles
Arabian
Leclerc
Grand Prix.
jump Max Verstappen at the start here? He's on a different tyre. It's Charles Leclerc off to a better start than Max Verstappen. Who's going to take the lead into turn 1? Oh, it's side by side with Perez. Don't lose out to Perez. No, that's not what we wanted. Perez up into second place now. That is a great, great start for...
But I leave it to you to judge the risk.
Sergio Perez. Unfortunately, Charles Leclerc does not make the move. I sort of knew that was going to happen, though. Yeah, Leclerc looking slow at the start of this race. That's not ideal. That's not what we wanted, is it? Need to try and get close to Perez, stay close to him, need to stay within that 1 second window. Now then, Max Verstappen is pulling away on those medium tyres. Let's have a little look at what tyres people have gone for. The Aston Martins have gone for hard tyres. Lots of people have gone mediums. and lots of people soft. So it could be a very strategic race, this one. And then I'm going to just bring back Sainz's ERS a little bit. It's important for Charles that he keeps on it to try and close down the gap to Sergio Perez. Well, there goes Piastri down the inside of Leclerc. So Leclerc not off to a good start here. It looks like Norris has got past Sainz as well. So the McLaren's looking better at the moment. But we are looking after our tyres a little bit more. You can see that already. The McLaren's down into the 80s. As Perez has taken the lead of the Grand Prix. So, you know, very different strategies here. But we're hoping that we will be much quicker in the later stages of the stint. And there goes Norris through. So it's going to be McLaren that are our big rivals today. I think Red Bull are too quick by the looks of things. So can Leclerc stay with those two guys in front? Let's see what Sainz can pull off as well. We've got a decent gap over Lance Stroll, so he's able to look after his tyres nicely. Let's zoom it forward a little bit to a little bit later in the stint. When Piastri's tyres fall off, Perez's tyres are going to fall off as well. So it's very much Noah's Ark at the moment. The two Red Bulls, two McLarens, then the two Ferraris, two Aston Martins. Russell then ahead of the two RB cars. Hamilton fighting his way back through after a disappointing qualifying yesterday. But there you go. I mean, look at their tyres. They are going to fall off massively here. So Leclerc is going to have a great chance on Piastri very, very shortly. See now that interval coming below 2 seconds. Oh, safety car deployed. Well, that is going to change things.
Safety car deployed.
Now we can see what happened. Heading down the straight.
Yeah,
and
big
that's
crash.
the moment.
Because now Piastri's going to come into the pit lane. Well, what do we do here? What do we do?
Touch on.
Yeah, Captain.
Let's see what the... see what the leaders do. Obviously, Verstappen is out there. Well ahead. So, is Verstappen going to come into the pits? If he does, then I suggest it's probably time... for us! Leclerc's not going to have time, but Sainz will. That's annoying. That's really annoying. So, Leclerc, I think it's just going to be a case of look after your tyres and try and just run a different strategy. But yeah, I didn't mean to fast forward it.
Confirm in box.
But yeah, Sainz is in. Verstappen's had a pit stop issue, so he could be in trouble here. And Perez could be in trouble as well because they've double stacked. So here we come then. Sainz into the pit lane. 2.7. That's okay. So Leclerc is out in front. And as I say, I think it's...
And what's that? A pit stop issue.
It's now a case of switching strategies for Leclerc. Sainz is on the hard tyres, so, you know, try and go till the end of the race for Sainz, I guess. That's the plan.
Energies are good.
Yeah, copy.
So Leclerc is going to absolutely go for it. And then can he switch on to hard tyres? Have we got hard tyres in the bank? Yes, we do. So we can basically match Sainz's strategy. But just come in a little bit later. And allow Leclerc to just really attack the tyres now. So safety car in this lap.
Safety car in this lap. We may
Gonna
restart
fully
again
attack.
next lap.
Copy that.
And more energy available.
Copy.
Can push more in the high speed.
Sainz is going to do exactly the same thing. But here we go then. Charles Leclerc gets this Saudi Arabian Grand Prix underway once again. And he needs to absolutely floor it for the next few laps. Could do with not falling behind Max Verstappen here. But Verstappen goes down the inside and he is through.
Me wide.
So pushed wide there, so I don't know whether that means Verstappen might get an investigation. Not sure. But yeah, it is vitally important that Leclerc is able to, you know, pretty much match these leaders' pace for the next couple of laps. DRS enabled, of course. So we are sticking with pretty much our original strategy. With Leclerc, 6 laps to go until that would have been. Now we could be a little bit lighter on the medium tyres. That could be an option. But I'm not sure it's going to work out for him.
And just a reminder on DRS.
Right. Okay, so
No DRS. No DRS for him.
Copy.
yeah, Sainz overtaken by Russell now. Right, time to come into the pits then. Yeah, go on, let's go for mediums and let's go light. So, away he goes. He's going to be at the back. But everybody else is going to have to pit at some point. We're hoping that we don't have to pit. That's kind of our place. And our theory on things. So Sainz currently in 7th place. Those hard tyres should last till the end. But yeah, the AI are being a lot more aggressive out there. And they will have fresher tyres at the end. So it could well backfire on us, it really could. But we're gonna We're going to run with it. So let's zoom it forward a little bit. See if we can get Sainz back into it. Leclerc managed to overtake Pierre Gasly. So his comeback trail has begun. Nicely through. Leclerc now on Zhou Guan Yu. Chance for him, yep, through. Keep pushing. Now then. Just looking at those tyres. I'm not that bothered about the intervals at this point. I'm just looking at those tyres, waiting for the moment. And
So
there is a crash.
The track.
Leclerc's just got past Ocon. Now let's have a little look. What's happened to Tsunoda? Oh, yeah, it's just spun into the barrier. Now then, here's Leclerc. This is a great chance for Leclerc going down the inside of Logan Sargent. He's through on him, so it's working out quite nicely for Leclerc, this tyre differential. Let's have a little look at lap times. Yes,
Next car in
Sainz
front
a
is
little bit
Hulkenberg.
faster. Some of the guys in front at least.
Sargent behind.
Let's keep an eye on intervals. So Sainz now going quicker than Russell. So Leclerc manages to overtake Hulkenberg. Let's have a little look at how he managed that.
Here we head into turn 2. It's
From the
certainly
eyes
inviting.
of Charles Leclerc, went down the inside rather beautifully there. We'll certainly
Up
settle
to
for that.
12th and sniffing at those points places.
Nicely played. Now then, Carlos Sainz very much getting in on the action on George Russell. What a move that was down the inside. Very glad we've seen that. Brilliant. It's got DRS on the exit as well. And Carlos Sainz now very much finding his feet. Right. So Leclerc now closing in on the Haas car. Goes down the inside, beautifully done. Okay, time to drop our engines to balance. That should give us a little bit more engine performance because the temperatures will come down a little bit. Sainz is still in front of Russell. Still trying to close in on Lance Stroll. See, Norris has come into the pits. He's put on the hard tyres, so he's now running to the end.
What you're doing with tires is okay.
So here we go then. This is a great chance for Carlos Sainz on Lance Stroll. Verstappen in the pit lane. Down the inside he goes. Nicely done. See, he is away.
He's on DRS.
Now then, where will Sainz come back out? He's coming out ahead of Perez. Is he going to come out ahead of Verstappen? He is. So Sainz takes over the lead of the Grand Prix. Albeit, it will be temporary. But
Right, let's concentrate. Behind you. Gap to him.
Leclerc up to
7.4.
P8. And that is Lewis Hamilton just behind. So Leclerc managed to overtake Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, just DRS. Very nice indeed. So time to zoom it through a little bit. So Sainz under pressure from Max Verstappen now. And there you go, around the outside he goes. Tactically done by Sainz to get that DRS. Just
1.3 now.
Reduces overall race time there by a few tenths of a second. Nicely done. So Leclerc up in 7th, Sainz up in 2nd at the moment. Still 22 laps to go. I'm looking at those tyres and thinking, are the AI going to be aggressive on them? That's kind of what we're banking on at the moment. Otherwise, we're going to end up finishing 5th and 6th, I think, in this Grand Prix. So Stroll into the pit lane. It's going to allow Leclerc to move up into 6th position now.
And down in the pits. Oh, that's a slow one.
That's another pit stop issue in this race. Right, so time to push on. Yeah, Sainz now down to 3rd as Perez has overtaken him. We're expecting the McLarens to do exactly the same thing. Oh! Oh, Leclerc's in the wall! What has happened there? Leclerc.
So here, this was happening at turn 22.
He shouldn't be pushing at all. He's just lost concentration. Yeah, big lock up. Into the wall he goes. Leclerc is out. Right then, where's Sainz on track? Okay.
Watch your delta.
Right, let's get him onto mediums for the last part of the race, because I think we can get in and out in front of the Mercedes cars. And that gives Sainz a bit of a tyre advantage. And the rest of the guys. So here we go then. I want to see what aggressive would do. So he's coming in.
Yeah, in the pit lane.
But Leclerc out of the Grand Prix. And that was a big mistake from Leclerc, really. There's no pressure on that. It's a good pit stop from Sainz. And yeah, he should get out in front of the Mercedes cars using the VSC to good effect there. And that just means now we've got some fresh tyres to try and come back at those guys near the front.
Currently P5.
And I think he will be able to be aggressive on those tyres. So that looks good.
Right,
let's get harvesting.
19 laps to go.
And let's go then.
Ending. Yep.
So interval. It's already bringing down that gap. 14 seconds to Norris in front. Let's see what he can pull off here. Carlos Sainz. He's actually going slower than the McLaren somehow. Really sure how that's working. How is Sainz going slower than those guys? Yeah. Bizarre. Hamilton is locked up now. Hamilton's dropped down to 10th place. I want to get that fuel down to optimal. Sainz now starting to gain a little bit, which is good to see. And there's multiple cars that have crashed again. Let's see what has happened. And it's Yuki Tsunoda again, second time this race he has had a crash, and yeah, just a little bit of contact between him and the Kicksauber. I think they're okay. There's a little bit of debris on track, but nothing to worry about. Zhou Guan Yu gets the penalty. I think a little bit harsh there. So 12 seconds down the gap. Where's the tyres? Yeah, okay. Tyres looking good. 10 laps to go. Can we get Sainz into the top 4 here? Let's use our ERS to really try and close in. 8.5 seconds now, the gap, so we are very much closing in on those guys. Sainz doing a great job.
No DRS. No DRS for him.
Yeah.
Right. 7 seconds is the gap out there. Starting to catch up to them in terms of tyre wear, so just need to keep an eye on that. 6 seconds now, the gap. We've got 6 laps to go. Sainz currently going about a second a lap quicker, although that lap he was a couple of tenths slower. 5.5. There's another yellow flag. That's a Sonoda lockup. He's not having a good day, is he? It's fair to say. He is going a reasonable bit quicker, but there's only 4 laps to go here. Oh, sure, that Sainz can do this. No, 3 laps to go. I don't think he's going to catch Piastri, unfortunately. Two laps to go. Push hard on the engine. Push hard on the tyres. See what we can do here, but I don't think it's going to work out for us. But it was, I think it was worth a try, because we weren't going to finish ahead of the McLarens anyway. There was such a tyre delt there. It was an opportunity. It was a free pit stop for us, essentially, under the virtual safety car. And, you know, an attempt to try something a little bit different. And, you know, it could have worked out on a different day. But Max Verstappen, he starts the final lap in the lead. Perez there in second, Norris in third, Piastri in 4th. Sainz doing his best, but I don't think he will manage to catch him. It's 3.5 seconds now. Piastri really struggling, but you're not going to make that up in 1 lap, I'm afraid. And pass. We need to keep an eye on the fuel. Don't want to run out of fuel. So we're going to go back onto balance now. 3.6 seconds the gap. But it is going to be Max Verstappen. He's coming round the final corner now. Max Verstappen is going to win here in Saudi Arabia. It's an excellent result for Verstappen. Perez is going to come over the line. He's going to be P2, I think. He's coming through the final sector now. Norris only 2.4 seconds behind, but
over the finish line,
not close enough, really. So here he comes. Lando Norris is going to finish P3, just behind Sergio Perez. Piastri is going to finish 4th, but it's Carlos Sainz, the sole Ferrari, to come over the line. He's going to finish in 5th place. Decent performance, but
Taking the flag.
you know,
And P5.
a bit disappointing in the end. Russell battling with Stroll.
Yeah.
No, with Alonso, sorry. Alonso's got DRS. Is there going to be a last lap overtake for the Aston Martin to turn it into 6th and 7th? It looks like it is going to be. Goes down the inside. It's going to be a drag race up to the line, but Alonso's got better traction. Fernando Alonso is going to finish in 6th place ahead of George Russell in 7th there. Just. And Ricciardo, he's going to finish 9th. Good points finish there for Daniel Ricciardo. And Lewis Hamilton, well, he's coming around the final corner now. He's going to be the last man over the line. He's going to finish in 10th place. Well played. But, yeah, you know, strategy, it was working decently. It was the safety car that changed it for us. We were closing in on the cars in front. We had good tyre wear. But it was the safety car that unfortunately ruined it for us.
A 5th place finish ensures they're taking away a fair few points from this one.
And no doubt, Verstappen fans will be celebrating the Dutchman's achievement.
That sees them double their win tally for this season. They'll be delighted with that.
And finally now, the drivers can relax after an eventful weekend at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. As far as Ferrari are concerned, Karun, how do you think they'll be feeling after that race?
Well, it was a bit of a mixed bag here. Some things went their way, but others didn't. I think their main target now will be finding some consistency for sure.
Okay then, and a big thank you to everyone for joining us this weekend here in Jeddah.
And for the next round, Formula One is heading down under. Exciting times ahead in Australia on the shores of the Albert Park Lake.
Okay, so decent result there. 10 points in the bag. I think there was probably a bit more potential in that, but as I say, you know, we took a risk with our strategy and it didn't pay off in the end. But Sainz remains in 4th in the championship. Leclerc drops down to P8 now. And in the constructors, we're just 9 points ahead of Aston Martin, starting to lose ground on the top 2. Mercedes up to 5th. In terms of fastest pit stops, we managed to get in the top 10 today. 8th and 10th for Leclerc and Sainz. That means that we are now up to 7th in that championship. And no mistakes, luckily, but still not our best there. We do lose a little bit of money to Carlos Sainz because we've given him a bonus for finishing higher than 8th. How on earth is that his performance target? But yeah, 262,000 in the bank from him finishing in the top 6. Okay. Right, well, fingers crossed we can keep it going. We have got some upgrades in the pipeline for the next race in Australia. Hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did, give it a big thumbs up down below. Subscribe for daily F1 Manager videos. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thanks for watching and goodbye.